Good morning, good morning. Happy New Year to everybody. It is January 1st, 2020, and just coming at you here. Just had my morning devotional here and wanted to share a bit of it with you because I think it's relevant for the time of year that we are today. I wanted to talk a little bit about long range planning. I've been I'm starting to read through the entire Bible, and I read Genesis 1 through 3 today. And so there's an interesting little tidbit in Genesis 3 that applies to long range planning. And here's where it is. Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. It says, "I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel." Now, this is talking about, and many of you know this, but this is talking about Jesus and Satan. I will put enmity between you, Satan, and her offspring, aka Eve's offspring, down the line, human, man, in this case, Jesus. And he will crush your head, and you will strike his heel. So obviously the striking of the heel is Jesus' death on the cross, which to Satan was a pretty big blow. But then ultimately in Jesus' death, burial, resurrection, specifically the resurrection, he will crush your head, is an ultimate pronouncement of judgment and doom on Satan and all those who obviously follow him. But I think what we see here is God has the ability to be able to peer into the future and see what will come to pass. And we as humans, in the likeness of God, as it says in Genesis 1, or Genesis 2 rather, we have the ability to create long-range plans. I've got two dogs laying here with me. They don't have the ability to create long-range plans as much as they might like to. Hey, I want to get fed today, but it's very Pavlovian. It's very like a trained response. Whereas we as man, we as humans have the ability to be able to look into the future and go, what do I want that to look like? What do I want this to be? And as we are going into this year 2020, a lot of people are saying, because it's 2020, it's year of vision. What is your vision? What do you want this year to look like? And spend the next few days planning out what you want it to look like. And over the course of the next 5 days or so, I'm going to be talking more about this idea of long-range vision, long-range planning, to hopefully get you inspired and wet your wits a little bit about this idea of setting goals and making plans and ultimately sticking to them. But really, all of this is under the umbrella of biblical leadership. And so the daily calls that I'm going to be doing over the next year are all going to be around this idea of biblical leadership. And the first thing we see right out of the gate is God creating a long-range plan for his people. A lot more of stuff that we'll get into as we go. But right now, God's creating a long-range plan for his people, for their redemption, for their good and his glory. And we get the opportunity to look at our lives, to look at our families, to look at our workplaces, to look at those around us and those we lead, and create long-range plans for them, for us, for the organization, whatever it may be. And that's an opportunity for us because we are created in the image of God. So as you hop into 2020, this year of vision, I want you to think about, for the next 5 days, I want you to think about this idea of long-range planning and start making some long-range goals, some long-range plans. So if you think about your life, think about the people that you lead and the organizations that you lead and the people and elements of your family that you lead. What is your goal? What is your long-range vision for them this year? What about the next 3 years? What about the next 5 years? What about the next 10 years? Jot some things down just to be thinking about them. Don't even have to do anything, act on them yet, but just think about them and plan them out, and let that be kind of a thing for you today. But read Genesis 1 through 3, paying special attention to 3 verse 15. And I will leave you here with Proverbs chapter 4, verse 25 through 27. It says, "Let your eyes look straight ahead, fix your gaze directly before you, make level paths for your feet, and take only ways that are firm. Do not swerve to the right or the left. Keep your foot from evil." Happy New Year to everybody, and we'll see you later.